So yesterday we was having this conversation about the fact that, and I love the way this gentleman that I've been meditating on his words for the last 2 weeks said it. You are currently living at the lowest level that you were willing to settle for. Now, before y'all get upset about that and that thought process, because it's more direct, straight in your face. See, I've listened to Tony Robbins for years, and he always talks about your standard. Like, you're living at this standard, and if you want to raise your standard, then you have to do the work to get you to that standard and put forth the action. And this is true, but it's a very polite way of saying it. Whereas the way this gentleman expressed it, and he was talking about just success in general, but as I meditated on it, I realized that relationship is also a part of this, that you're willing to settle at the lowest point that you have on your list. Like, there's a high point and there's a low point, but it's easier to settle at the low point, meaning that you compromise a lot on what you actually wish and desire, but you're unwilling to do the work, or you don't feel worthy of that higher standard. I want you to think about that for a second. The person that you're with, more than likely, is the lowest standard of a man or woman that you would accept. That, let's say, financially. Some men or women won't accept a mate unless they're making a certain amount of money. And usually that's the lowest point. It could be 50,000, 60, 70, 80, 100,000. It could be a high standard for one person, but it is the lowest standard that this person is willing to accept, and they will generally accept it. Sexual relation. We generally accept the lowest form of sexuality between a man or a woman that we're willing to accept. It's the lowest point. Many women like to see the six-pack ab, but most women do not have a man with a six-pack ab. Many men want the superfine woman, but most men are not walking around with the superfine woman. We settle for the lowest level that we're willing to accept. And just like Tony Robbins, if we want more, we have to set for ourselves a higher standard. And one of the things that we cannot do is fall back and fall prey to the settling for the lowest standard that we're willing to accept. That's that person that you see, they look good, but you know it's not the best person for you. You know that you are deserving of more, and you should only accept a higher standard of person that you desire. Don't settle for the lowest.